September the 3rd, 1939. The last minutes of peace ticking away. Father and I were watching my mother digging an air raid shelter. "She's a great little woman," said Father. "And getting smaller all the time," I added. 2 minutes later, a man called Neville Chamberlain, who did Prime Minister impressions, spoke on the wireless. "As from 11 o'clock, we are at war with Germany." Suddenly, my calling-up papers arrived, marked OMS. "Don't open it," said Father. "The last time I did that, I ended up in Mesopotamia, chased by Turks, waving pots of Vaseline, shouting, 'Lawrence, we love you,' in Ottoman." I might assure you that my family were no strangers to military life, myself either. My family were gunners for 5 generations. In fact, my great-grandfather had been killed in the Indian Mutiny. He was hiding under a table in the NAFI when a tea-urn fell on his head. My old call-up was delayed by an injury to my back. I was put in a military hospital under observation. I think a nurse did it through the ceiling. An old soldier in the next bed said to me, "Son, get out of here as soon as you can." "Thank you," I said, "thank you. My name's Milligan." He said, "Oh, mine's Ethel Muggles." I said, "Ethel? It says Dick on your chart." He said, "It was Dick when I come in. Between there and then, the surgeon made a mistake." "Oh," I said, "the unkindest cut of all." I was discharged, and the pain in my back marked malingering. It was a proud day for my parents as 2 military policemen dragged me screaming from under the bed. At Victoria Station, the railway transport officer gave me a rail warrant, a white feather, and a picture of Hitler marked, "This is your enemy." I searched every compartment on the train, but he wasn't on it. At 4:30, June the 2nd, 1940, we arrived at Bexhill, where I got off. It wasn't easy. The train didn't stop there. I reported to what was called D Battery 56 Heavy Regiment, and a sergeant marched me into a small, gloomy room. From the ceiling hung a 40-watt light bulb that, when lit, made the room darker. Behind a table covered with a merry grey blanket sat Major Startling Grope, a man in his late 50s, wearing a uniform in its late 80s. Where have you been, and why are you wearing civilian clothes?" "Well, they wouldn't let me on the train naked, sir," I said. "I mean, why aren't you in uniform?" "Well, I'm not at war with anybody, sir," I said. "Silence when you speak to an officer," said the sergeant. I suppose, said the Major, "you know you're 3 months late in arriving." "I'll make up for it, sir," I said. "I'll fight nights as well." All these attempts at friendly humour fell on stony ground. I was marched to a bare room by a bombardier, and he pointed to a floorboard. "You're trying to tell me something," I said. "That is your bed." "Right," I said. Right, bombardier." "Oh, I'm a bombardier already," said I. "Ho, ho, ho," he said, "a cheeky bastard, eh? I have the very job for you." He gave me a scrubbing brush with 2 bristles. I did this floorboard, right. Leering over all this was the dwarf-like battery cook, Bombardier Nash, who looked like Quasimodo with the hump reversed. He was doing things to sausages that even Longford would have found obscene. To make matters worse, there were no uniforms in the regiment, and I cut a racy figure on guard in dark blue trousers gone at the knee, powder blue double-breasted chalk-striped jacket, lemon shirt and white tie, all set off with a steel helmet, boots and gaiters. It wasn't easy. "Halt! Who goes there?" I challenged, and when they saw me, the answer was, "Piss off." It was a very painful and damp experience.